Good morning, everyone. I'm your English teacher for today. My name is Denise Bernardo. So, before we proceed, may I remind the secretary to check the attendance, please?
Done, Mom.
Okay. Thank you so much. So now I will pull up my presentation in a bit. Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, our topic for today is present progressive affirmative. So, what is present progressive affirmative? Can someone read the first slide? Yes, Miss Mangahas.
Present progressive affirmative. The present progressive is the tense used to express situations that are before, during, and after the moment of speaking, happening now.
Thank you. So the definition of present progressive tense indicates continuing something and it's something going on now. The present progressive can also suggest that an action is going to happen in the future. So when we express in its affirmative form, the verb confirms that something is happening now. This is its form. The present progressive affirmative form goes like this. Subject plus verb to be plus present participle verb that ends in ing. For example, can you please read this?
I am dancing.
Okay, thank you. So, if you look at it, do you think it follows the form of present progressive?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, because I is the subject and is the verb to be and dancing is present participle verb. So in that way, we can confirm that this is an example of present progressive affirmative. Next example. Can you read the next one? Yes, Miss Mangahas. Okay. Are you there?
I will read it, ma'am.
Okay. Sure,
We are
go.
reading.
We are.
Okay. Thank you. So what do you think? This is an example of present progressive. It is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because again, it follows the format and indicates ongoing action. So next example, again, you can see we, the subject, are for the verb to be and reading for verb in ing form. So next one is she is eating. So again, it follows the format and indicates the action that is still in the process or that is happening. So far, do you have questions?
None so far,
None,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Let's proceed to the spelling of present progressive verbs. Always remember the rules. So first, for most verbs, add ing because again, in formulating present progressive tense, the verb should be in present participle. Next, for verbs that ends in e, erase the e and add ing instead. Next, for the verbs that ends with letter x, y, and w, again add ing. And next, for the verbs that end in consonant, vowel, consonant, and last syllable, remember to double the last consonant and add ing. So, lastly, for verbs that ends in ie, change the ie to y before adding ing. So here are the example. For the first rule, hold, it becomes holding. take, it becomes taking. Next, enjoy, it becomes enjoying. Swim becomes swimming. Last, die, it becomes dying. Next, when to use present progressive. Now, it is important to know when to use present progressive. So now, let's find out when we should use present progressive sentences. First, we use the present progressive in its affirmative form to describe an action that is or not happening right now. Example, Solana is doing her assignment. So we can say here that right at this moment, Solana is doing her assignment. So it is happening. Next, we use present progressive affirmative form to describe temporary activities. For example, we are still taking dance classes. So from there we can say that the action is happening but it will not last. Repeated actions. You can use in describing okay. Again, a repeated action. You can use it in describing a repeating action or something that always happening. For example, I am constantly biting my fingernails. We can see to it that it's happening. It can continue repetitively. Next is future arrangement. We use this to indicate something that has been planned or will not be happening in near future. For example, she is buying a computer at the weekend. It indicates that she will buy computer but not in this moment. So we can tell that it will happen in the future. Do you have any questions?
None so far, ma'am.
None so far, ma'am.
Now that we know when to use it, we should also know when not to use it. Do not use the present progressive tense with stative or non-continuous verbs. Okay, so what is stative verbs? These verbs do not refer to physical action. They express or the state or condition of it. So some example of stative verbs are love, like, believe, understand, know, etc. So for this example, I'm liking coffee and I am understanding science. It is grammatically incorrect because of verb form, right? So this is the right formation. For I'm liking coffee, it should be I like coffee. And for I am understanding science, it should be I understand science. Do you understand now why we don't use stative verbs to present progressive tense?
Yes, ma'am. Because stative verbs do not describe action, but it only describes the state of being.
Correct. So now let's move on to forms of present progressive. Aside from affirmative or positive form, we also have negative and question form. So now, can anyone read the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Affirmative. I am playing. Negative. I am not playing. Question. Am I playing? Affirmative. You are playing. Negative. You are not playing. Question. Are you playing? Affirmative. We are playing. Negative. We are not playing. Question. Are we playing? Affirmative, they are playing. Negative, they are not playing. Question, are they playing?
Okay, thank you so much. So what do you notice?
Can I answer,
This,
ma'am?
Okay, go ahead.
The sentence in negative form have the word not, and in the question form, the first two words and is switched, forming a question.
Great insight. Well, actually, as your classmate said earlier, in negative form, we add the word not in between of the verb to be and the ing form of the verb. So from affirmative, I am playing, it becomes I'm not playing. And in the question form, the affirmative form, we reverse the word from verb to be. So from affirmative, I am playing, it becomes am I playing. Do you have any questions?
None, ma'am.
None, ma'am.
So now, let's practice. I want you to fill in the gaps to make correct present progression form. I will give you 5 minutes to answer, and later on, I will call somebody to answer. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, start answering now. So are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for number one, let's call on Miss Mangahas. Are you there? Can you please answer number one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The dog is sleeping in his bed.
Okay, correct. So number two, who wants to answer?
Me, ma'am. My sister is getting married tomorrow.
Great. Okay, for number three. Yes, May Ann.
Are you listening to the speaker?
Correct. Okay, number four.
Nala is not working hard enough today.
Correct. So for the last number, oh no, number five. I mean, who wants to answer?
I volunteer, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
I am not winning the game.
That's right. For the last number, who wants to answer?
I will answer, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Are we going to the museum?
Correct. So now let's proceed to meaning of now. Present, affirmative, now meaning. So now implies that an action began before now and will continue after now. Now can mean this second, today, this month, this year, this century, and so on. Sometimes we use the present progressive to say that we are in the process of doing a longer action, which is in the progress. For example, Jean is making coffee now. I am reading a book right now. This example indicates that the action are going on around the moment of speaking and will continue after now. So here, when the speaker tells Jean is making a coffee, meaning Jean is in the process of making coffee and it's still happening now. Next, I am reading book right now, meaning even before I stated that I'm reading a book, I am reading, and after I said that I'm still reading at that moment. So, what is the effect of using now? Now emphasizes that the action is ongoing in the present time, like right now, right in this moment. So, for the recap, number one, who wants to answer? What is present progressive tense?
Present progressive is used to describe events that are before, during, after the moment of speaking, happening now.
Okay, for number two, how to form present progressive affirmative?
To form present progressive affirmative, we have to formulate sentence with subject plus verb to be plus ing verb form.
Correct. So number three, what are the uses of present progressive?
We use present progressive affirmative in actions happening at the moment of speaking. Actions that are planned for the future, repeated actions, and for temporary activities that will finish in the future.
So that's correct, that's right. What is the difference of affirmative, negative, and question form?
The difference of affirmative, negative, and question is their form from affirmative form, subject plus verb, to be plus ing verb form. In negative form, we add the word not in between of to be verb and ing verb form. And lastly, in question form, we reverse the verb to be and form a question.
That's correct. So last, what is the meaning of now?
To indicate the question that is happening before now, that will continue after now.
That's great. It seems like you understand today's lesson. Do you have any question?
None so far,
None,
ma'am.
none.
Okay, with that, thank you all. Let's call it a day. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you.